Hey everyone, before we dive into this incredible episode today, which I'm so excited to share with you, I wanted to just highlight a couple of things. The first thing is that I'm incredibly grateful to my partner Jon for saying yes to coming on the show, because typically he is a very private person. He doesn't do social media, even though he's a musician. One of the things, actually, now that I think about it, we didn't mention it in the interview, but it's really interesting, the fact that he completely produced, edited, mixed, and mastered his first album by himself. So I'm really excited for you to learn more about his music. There are links to his music and his new single that's coming out this week called Free Fall. You can download that from any of the major music listening platforms. I have linked that up in the show notes description of this episode. The second thing is this conversation was completely impromptu. I was kind of joking when I'm like, hey, should we record a podcast? And he said yes. So you may hear some background noise. You may get distracted by us laughing. But the main thing here is that we had a really good time. Jon talks about his musical inspiration, his health journey, and of course, some pretty interesting parts of our relationship. And so if you enjoyed this episode, I would love for you to share it or send me a message if you'd like Jon to come back again, because we had so much fun. So without further ado, let's dive into the conversation. Welcome back to another episode of the Manifest Podcast. This is a very special episode today because I have been hinting at the fact that I was going to bring on Jon, my partner, for quite some time now. And for whatever reason, we thought today's the day. So this is quite an event. I don't know how it's going to unfold. It's just a very free-flowing conversation. We're not going to edit it. We're not going to censor ourselves. We're just going to have a conversation about Jon, his music, and some exciting stuff that we've got coming up in the next few weeks. So without further ado, welcome, Jon, to the Manifest Podcast.
Thank you, Sarah. I'm very happy to be here.
I don't know how much of this I can get through without laughing. But we will. We're going to try. So would you like me to introduce you a little bit more, or do you want to introduce yourself?
The first option.
The first option. So Jon is a musician. He performs or releases music under the name Arcane Airoplane. If you haven't already looked him up on all of the major music platforms, please do, because there is an incredible album that came out. What month was it?
It was released at the end of August.
At the end of August, Spark in the Dark. And you have quite an incredible story about what it took to actually put that album out into the world. And you also have a new single coming out. What date will it come out?
That will come out this Friday, the 28th or the 27th, depending
February.
on where you are in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it will be called Free Fall. And it is an amazing song. I've already heard it many, many times, because you released like an earlier version of it.
I did. It was years ago I released a version that was not produced by myself. They did a great job, but as you taught me, if you're going to put something out with your energy signature,
it's going to be the right thing to do.
It's got to be the right thing to do. So I went back and actually re-recorded it, remixed and mastered it. And
that's amazing.
This is the debut launch of that single, as it should be.
Yeah. So do you want to take us back in a little time machine right now to what stopped you putting out music? Because this album, it took you, over 20 years to write and release?
Sure. Well, to keep this story somewhat concise.
Okay. It's going to be a 3-hour podcast.
It's a 3-hour podcast. So in my youth, I was very passionate about music. I wanted to pursue that as a career, which many people do, but as many people try, it's not as easy because it is a very saturated market and there are so many talented people out there. But my thing was really songwriting. I loved writing songs. It was something that I just took great amount of passion from, and ended up putting a hold on that because where I was living had toxic mold that was really playing havoc with my health. And so it was a bit of a long recovery. A lot of things had to happen before I kind of felt healthy enough to get back into music. And I was working one day, and my boss at the time asked me, do you still write songs? And I was like, well, not really. And then I thought I'd give it a shot, and so I wrote just a kind of a fun song for work, and then I started, looking into the music, and then ultimately I was listening to your podcast and your works, and
that's what's wild to me, the fact that we actually met through my work.
Yes, yeah. Because I was very stuck for a while. Like I had I wanted to get back into music, but there just was something, it wasn't the right time. And so I ended up reaching out to you, and you kind of helped guide me to where my blockers were, and where I needed to re-examine some energetics, and then within that same year I ended up releasing my debut album,
which is amazing. And I think you're kind of underplaying the fact that you nearly died from toxic mold poisoning. Like, you were on death's door. And that changes a person.
Well, that was my attempt to a little brevity.
A little brevity, I see. Well, I think it's a really important detail, because I think that anybody that's ever been that close to transitioning to the other side, so to speak, they go through, and I know this through going through it myself, that it changes you. It kind of amplifies your creativity and your desire to put things out in the world, because you realize that it's kind of all illusionary.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if I could just add a note for anyone listening who's going through struggles, the biggest advice I can give is tell someone. Do not keep it to yourself, because especially with any type of physical or mental sicknesses that can lead to additional, like in my case, I had debilitating anxiety, OCD, et cetera, but I kept it to myself, and it actually, you think you're protecting others, but you're really not. So I really highly recommend anyone who is struggling, do not keep it to yourself. You don't have to announce it to the world, but definitely make sure you tell someone if you are going through that.
I mean, you've made a full recovery now. You have no traces of mold in your body. You don't have any physical ailments or anything like that. Like, it's like,
no, just
it helped to heal you, if anything, putting out the album.
Very much so.
Yeah. So I think, I don't know which direction to go in, whether I talk about like how our relationship kind of formed and like the pathway of what unfolded. But what I will say is we had an amazing opportunity to work together, which kind of happened very fortuitously, which I've spoken about on the show before, that I was booked into an audio studio here in Green Bay to do the audiobook for Dear Universe 365. And it didn't work out because we went in there and the guy didn't have an iPad, and there were other things that the producers were like, okay, let's try something else. And I said, my boyfriend could do a better job. And they're like, could you set up an introduction? Could you send us his email? And that happened pretty quickly. And then you were on it. Like, you'd ordered all of these like things off Amazon to build a home studio, because you recorded the entire album from your home studio. But we had to go and build one in my apartment because it was, I don't know, why did we choose to do it in my apartment and not yours?
Because of the highway.
That's right. So, which you might be able to hear traces of right now. Because we're recording this spontaneously. So Jon and I live in the same apartment complex, but we're not close to each other. But
and if anyone's wondering, well, why did you do your album next? It was, at that time, it was necessity, and also there was a lot more post-production that needed to happen. So.
You probably kept like hours different in a different way as well, like middle of the night? Did you record late at night because there weren't neighbors or anything at the time?
Well, it depended on what I was doing. So if I was singing, no, because I didn't want to wake the neighbors, but and the drums were a whole nother
I bet.
deal. But and some of it was done in studio, so it wasn't 100%.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so
we built it in my apartment.
Built it in your apartment.
In my closet. And you did an amazing job of like calculating everything very mathematically because you are an engineer at heart.
Well, and we had a budget.
And we had a budget. And we had to get the job done. And we had to do it relatively quickly too.
Yeah.
So you want to tell people like what you created or how you did it? So if anyone out there wants to record their own audiobook from a closet, you can.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, so because of the restrictions that we had a very small space to do it in. And we had to keep it relatively on budget. And so what we did was I ordered these kind of room separators.
Yeah, like room divider.
Yeah, room dividers, and I kind of placed them together in a kind of like a cube style format, and then I ended up getting what do you call it? Like wall silencers, like those foam pads to silence. And the original idea was we were going to completely isolate it so that it would cut out the outdoor noise, and then we would add atmosphere back into it. But I didn't actually do the production on that. I was just the recording engineer. So, so what we did was we got this ridiculously small, hot, terribly uncomfortable booth.
Which was great. I mean, I've shared photos of that on Instagram before. It is pretty impressive. And you got a PVC pipe to like filter through cool air because there was no air in there.
Yeah.
Like it was very restrictive. And we hooked up you hooked up all of the like electrical stuff so the computer could record. And then we had to make sure that the Zoom recording was connected to the external producer as well.
Yes.
And she was based, I think, in Atlanta.
Yes,
so we had to have the ongoing call.
Absolutely. It was an absolute wonderful experience.
Oh, it was
working
great.
with everyone from HarperCollins. It was our producer was great. We had actually a really good time under pretty stressful circumstances.
We did. It was very stressful.
We only had 2 days.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah.
So
that was the first time that you and I like really worked on a project together.
That's right.
And we worked pretty efficiently and well. I mean, there was lots of giggling and lots of laughing and like many little mishaps along the way.
Yes.
Like when the guy had like was a motorbike or a car with like a huge engine and he kept revving it.
Well,
and we had to do the take.
That's what's so funny if they ever do a behind the scenes and go and listen to the actual tracks. I was stopping it because I was hearing all this noise. You couldn't hear it from where you were.
No.
But I didn't soundproof my own room.
Yeah.
So I was hearing everything
I was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
I mean, I was in there, I think the longest stint was 7 hours that I did of just constant recording.
Yeah, at the end there. At the end, you were just, I think you had like a quick water break, but yeah, it was it was like a 6 or 7 hour stint.
And you had to help me get out of it because it was so hard to stand up straight at the end. But my gosh, I don't know what the theme or the title of this episode's going to be. So I'm recording it right now. It's like surviving
an audiobook,
which we did, and it turned out to be an incredible product.
Yeah.
But I think it was like utilizing the best of your skills and the best of my skills together, which I'm excited to do more of down the track.
Absolutely. And if I can just, you were incredible in that because it was not.
You.
It was not like a luxury recording booth.
It wasn't. But I mean, it just goes to show that you and I can work together and be pretty resourceful.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, I mean, there's probably a lot of people out there that are very curious about our relationship and how that kind of works, without going into too many details.
Tune in for episode 2. Sorry, go ahead.
This is a series. This could be a very voluminous series.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
See, I told you we'd get derailed by laughter. Oh gosh, I'm just wondering, like, we should probably bring in a third guest. We should have Olivia with us at some point. She'd love to be on.
That would be fantastic.
Because, my gosh, some of the conversations you have with Olivia are like, I don't know. it's what you have is a lot of wisdom, because you don't have kids. You haven't had kids.
No.
And I have 4. So it's
Which I don't know how you just assign the wisdom to me. And then go right into
Well, you know, like...
But yes, I have my own brand.
Yeah, there's definitely like a learning curve, like of our lives merging, because we're moving to Las Vegas. We're moving in together.
Yes.
So this is like a huge deal for us. And we've got an incredible place to land when we're in Vegas. We went out there recently, and you'd never been to Vegas before, which I was quite surprised by. Because you said you've traveled to pretty much every other state.
Not well,
like a majority of them.
I can count the remaining ones on one hand that I haven't been to.
Which ones are the remaining ones?
Alaska, Hawaii, Maine.
Yeah, it's still a lot of states that you've seen.
California. I've been all around California.
You've never been to California.
Just never been in California.
Well, we'll definitely we'll make a trip maybe to California, or avoid it if we need to.
I think it'd be
cool. You
to
don't like
visit.
the Disneyland things or anything like that, so we won't be doing that.
I mean, unless they're like, you want to do a redesign.
Disney.
No offense, Disney.
If you're listening, Disney, do a show. You land a gig. Like, out of all of the gigs that you'd never want to land, you get one there.
No, I mean, people love it, so good for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. But it's not for us. We're kind of more nature people, I guess.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So where was I going with that? It was about moving to Nevada, and I wanted to know we didn't even go to the Strip in Vegas. We kind of just traveled around outside of the Strip. But what was like your initial reaction?
I actually really love the elevation. I thought the mountains were absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
And and I also really love the people there. Granted, they're a service-based industry, but they're very, very lovely, and it was a wonderful experience with you.
Yeah, and I mean, we met some incredible characters too.
Yes, we did.
Like the guy that was loading the bus at the airport at the rent-a-car place.
Yes, so for anyone who flies Delta, there is a wonderful shuttle driver who was very friendly.
We were walking, and we hold hands when we walk, always, pretty much wherever we go. And this guy, he was like a character from like a, I don't know, Chevy Chase movie almost, wasn't he?
Well, the same could be said about us.
That's true. Thank you. And he saw us walking towards the bus, and I kid you not, he came up to us with like open arms and gave us a big hug, and he's like, "Oh, you lovebirds, what are you two lovebirds up to today?" And he hugged John.
Yes.
So I think people are probably a little bit more reserved in the Midwest. They're not as animated.
Yeah. I can't speak for all of us, but
no. I've never had anybody come up and just hug me out of the blue.
Like, no, I've never really. That was a new one.
Yeah, we definitely met some interesting characters.
It was very nice, though. It was kind.
Yeah, and we went out to dinner with Thomas and his partner, and that was really cool.
That was lovely.
It was really nice, and we had like a big salad and stuff. And you were impressed by the food in Las Vegas too. Like, you really liked it.
Yeah, there was a lot of great things there.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I didn't realize how much the air in my home was affecting my sleep until I wasn't sleeping well. I was waking up feeling congested and tired even after a full night's sleep. And I assumed it was just stress, but when I noticed it occasionally affecting my kids too, I knew that I needed to look closer. That's when I started using Air Doctor, and now it's the only air purifier I use. What I noticed first was better sleep. I was breathing more easily at night, waking up clearer, and actually feeling rested again. There's also real peace of mind knowing that the air in our home is genuinely clean. Air Doctor uses powerful 3-stage filtration that captures particles 100 times smaller than typical purifiers. Things like dust, pollen, mold spores, wildfire smoke, bacteria, the list goes on. And the best part is that it's whisper quiet. It has an auto mode that keeps the air clean 24/7 and filter change reminders so that there's really no guesswork. 98% of customers say that their home's air feels cleaner and healthier, and Air Doctor won Newsweek's Reader's Choice Award for the best air purifier. Head to airdoctorpro.com and use the promo code MANIFEST to get up to $300 off today. Air Doctor comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee plus a 3-year warranty and $84 value for free. Get this exclusive podcast-only offer now at airdoctorpro.com using the promo code MANIFEST. So let's talk more about like the songwriting stuff, because I feel like listeners of this show, they love to know where inspiration comes from. Because obviously I talk about manifestation and spirituality and things like that.
Well, I don't think that inspiration can come from anything. So with Spark in the Dark, it was very first person experience at a specific point in my life. And where I think it still is relevant is that even though a lot of the concepts of each of the songs were written in the early 2000s, everything was re-recorded, mixed, mastered, and even some of the lyrics were rewritten, and the instrumentation was redone, and the arrangement all changed in recent times. So, you know, I think if I remember right, I ended up finishing the album. I think I finished mastering it in April of 2025.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, or early May, yep.
No,
it was late April.
It was April because I remember the release was, the first single was released in May.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Yep. So it was, and up to that point, as you can attest, I was kind of just crazily working out how I was going to finish it, because I'd never done anything quite like that before. So it was as much a learning process as it was a release. And so that album was really from first person, but the new single coming out, Free Fall, the inspiration for that one came from watching the news, of all things. And that one was written, it was written a while ago too. But that one was written because I was watching the news, and this was during the Afghan and Iraqi war, and they were showing civilians that were kind of being executed.
Oh, yikes.
And so, right, so I realized it's kind of like a darker theme, but it was this moment where I tried to put myself in their shoes, what they were thinking, what they were going through. And it really wasn't meant to be a dark song, and I don't think it is. I think it's actually, it's meant to find hope and meaning when all seems lost. And so it's like, if you put yourself in the shoes of, and I know it's not always easy to do, but anyone who's gone through, a experience where you came very close to life or death, or some, you can kind of, you understand there's almost like a peacefulness in some situations, not all, but there's like almost like a peaceful acceptance. And so, but leading up to that is a lot of desperation, a lot of fear, a lot of unknown. And so the song itself, I think, kind of travels that journey, or at least that was the intention. So that one was really about me trying to put myself in someone else's shoes of going through an extreme situation, and trying to find maybe what they were thinking or feeling or hoping for in that moment. Which is, really, you can only assume what that is, but it was a very good exercise in terms of a concept to explore.
And one thing that, all of your songs have meaning behind them. And they have like different energetics from different versions of you over the years. And what's really interesting, and I am going to dive into a little bit more of us.
Okay, sure. Yeah, absolutely.
If that's okay.
Why wait for the next episode? Let's just do it.
Why wait?
Okay.
So, you were wanting to manifest a special person.
Yes.
And you didn't consciously use your music as a way to do that. But now looking back, there's so many songs. You've got hundreds of songs that you say and you play and you like tell me the lyrics and you're like, oh my gosh, I feel like this was about you back then.
Yeah.
And there's obviously no way of verifying that.
Well, there isn't a way, because I can, so in many songs, so like on the last album, Spark in the Dark, I Will Still Love You. That's a 10-minute plus anthem, or it's a long song, but that started the first. It came in pieces. It essentially took 20 years to finish, and the first time I sat down and started writing the beginning of that, I actually remember I was in my college dorm room, and I had an acoustic guitar and I was just playing some things, and I started having this kind of visualization of being with someone, and over the years it continued to grow and came in pieces. And then what's so strange to me is that right before I met you, I ended up like rewriting this last piece. Like I extended it. So originally it was a 3-minute song. It's now 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's
or over that. It's
quite
over
an
10
extension.
minutes. Yeah. So, but I wrote this piece, and the lyrics at the end, when it, like the last set of lyrics, it was prophetic. I actually experienced that with you.
Yeah.
And that's not the only song. So if looking back now, why I think I was so drawn to music is I actually think there was power in the fact that it was in some way kind of outlining what I would be experiencing. For me.
Yeah.
And because a lot of that stuff, I didn't have the life experience to write about. And
because you were so sick too. That kind of puts you out of the game for at least a little while.
Well, that, and I was young too. I first started writing songs at 13. So,
yeah.
So, you don't really have most people don't have enough life experience by that point to really kind of have depth. And that's why with a lot of, the old music that I'm bringing back, there is like, I am rewriting lyrics and things like that, but there's certain things that I haven't touched. So like in I Will Still Love You, there's lyrics in that have been the same from 20 years ago. I didn't touch them.
Yeah.
Because they fit and they were prophetic. But then there was other stuff that, I in like the new stuff, obviously I wrote that more recent, but even that was before I even met you in person.
Yeah. Yeah. And just the whole way that unfolded is probably, it's an interesting story. And I probably, maybe I will go into just a little bit, but you reached out to me because I was doing mentoring at the time, and we ended up having a mentoring relationship.
Yeah.
And you knew nothing about like the unfolding of my marriage and all of that kind of stuff. And like I was, like we were just like, we were working together, and then we became friends after you finished your contract with me. And, by that stage, things had kind of really unraveled personally for me.
Yeah.
And then it was just really natural because we were friends.
Yeah.
We were friends, and there was like, we've taken things extremely slowly.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a snail's pace.
Yeah.
And
But at the same time, there was things that actually sped up just because of the nature of
well, they
how
had
it was.
to
Yeah,
because like it was unsustainable to keep living in the Hamptons, and then I don't have family here because all my family are in Australia, and it was my best friend Catherine that actually said to me, "You should go to Green Bay."
Yeah.
And that's when we kind of that's when we really
And
could put it into practice,
yeah,
our
that's
relationship,
right.
or
Yeah.
and
And she actually came to visit us.
she
And
Catherine's been here twice
That
now,
was lovely.
which is
Yeah.
amazing, and Catherine's going to come and see us in Vegas too, which will be good. So, I mean, the thing is about relationship timing, like you just never know when you meet the right person. The right person is there.
Absolutely.
And there were so many. I mean, at first, I was trying to help you manifest a soulmate,
That's right.
which is so funny. Like,
right.
I mean, a lot of relationships don't have the benefits of like being able to have recorded conversations of like looking back on our work together, because we were obviously so guarded with each other initially, but we were
Initially, yes.
because we were like, there's whenever you work with anybody, there's like a professional wall that you have to
Right, of
have to
course.
put there. There was never any thought of, oh my gosh, I'm going to end up living with that man one day.
No,
There was no
no.
thoughts of that.
But now I take quite joy in.
I know, but looking back, and do you
back,
remember I said to you something like, I said, I could never be in a relationship with you. I'd snap all of your pencils.
That's right. I do remember that. And I do enjoy. So my response to that was, I would really like that because I like sharpening pencils. So you're just giving me more opportunity to sharpen them.
Yeah, but
I don't know. It's a
yeah,
textural thing, I guess. I don't know.
yeah. And then like slowly as our friendship progressed though, in those like initial stages of me catching those feelings, I could not believe how much you reflected like my internal value system, and how much I absolutely I was absorbing that masculine energy and that masculine dynamic, because I think between the two of us, we kind of we have a balance.
Oh, very much so, yes.
And it's wonderful, like it's not forced. It's very loving and playful, and we love the same TV shows. And what's that?
Yes.
We like soup. What's that documentary?
We like
Have you ever
soup.
seen that?
Was I there for that?
There's like a funny movie where the lady's talking about everything they have in common, and she's like, "We like soup." I think it's Best in Show. Have you ever seen that? It's the same people that did Spinal Tap.
Years ago, though, but yes.
So that's a line from that for anybody that understands.
Yes.
But, where was I going with this?
I think that was the longest. I've since seen Spinal Tap and...
we watched it on the plane.
well, the new one, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was
But even
funny.
the old one, I like to... That and, what was that, Mighty Wind they did? And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mighty Wind was funny.
No. Yeah.
So, all right, let's get to like advice maybe. If you were giving advice to somebody that was looking for their person, and they'd been waiting a while,
Yeah.
what would you say?
I think one of the things that was a big life-changing moment for me was re-examining my belief system. So I put a lot of rules around who the person that I would meet would be, what they'd be like, what our life would be like. And I reached a point where I let go of that because the rules that I put around for me thinking what would make me happy were not really serving me. And so as soon as I let go of that, and here's where the message is that regardless of your belief system, whether you believe in God, a deity, religion, a universal power, whatever it is.
Super consciousness.
Super consciousness, thank you. My personal belief is that, however you want to define that, there is a consciousness that is beyond what you can see in the moment. So what I believe is that there is power in the surrender and the faith of I'm going to trust where I'm led versus having to put your own set of rules around what makes you happy. And as soon as you surrender to that, and as soon as you have the faith to move forward with that, it's amazing where things will lead. And I can tell you, I am happier now than I've ever been, because I found a person that checks all the boxes that I didn't even know I necessarily had, and
some more,
and yeah, and so it's been great. So I'd say for anyone that's looking for their person, a lot of times was that what you resist persists. Really examine the rules you have around what you think will bring you happiness, and the person that if it's not working for you, if you have someone, keep doing what you're doing. If you're happy and they check your boxes, but and I'm going back to boxes because that's what I'm telling to.
It's very literal.
Avoid. But what I'm saying is, if you're happy, you don't have to set your own rules around it. You just have to have the faith and the knowing that where you're led will guide you on the path that you need to walk.
I think it's interesting to note too that you'd pretty much given up. Like, you're like, that's not for me. Because when I was working with Jon, I remember that there was a lot of resistance around me talking about that. If you don't mind me sharing that.
No,
it's like,
that's fine.
I'd talk about it and you'd be like, yes, but let's focus on the music. Let's do that. Because I'm all about like diving into the energetics and making sure that you have somebody to share your life with, rather than just like focusing on work, because I knew that you were so like headfirst into working.
Yeah.
Not that is work.
Because it was comfortable.
Because it was comfortable.
Yeah.
And I could notice like a little bit of pushback with that. And I mean, that's now I feel like a completely different person, because I never ever assumed that I would be in that role of being that love interest.
Yes.
Today, playing Jon's love interest.
Well, I didn't see that either at the time.
We didn't. And then like, it was, oh my gosh, like you did come out to the Hamptons to see me though, to to meet me after the contract had finished.
Yes.
I mean, and we were just friends. We were hanging out. It was great.
It was. Yeah.
But we talked about, lots of different things. And, at that stage even we were talking about like, we were just present. I think there was no like massive future plan or, anything like that. It was more the experience of just knowing.
It was very organic.
Well, we were friends. We'd laugh.
You're right,
oh my gosh, the laughter.
Yes.
You and I were laughing for like 3 hours at one point about some ridiculous joke. I'm not going to talk about that on the show.
We still do that.
We still do that. We still laugh at the same stupid joke.
That's right.
Which continuously is funny. But what has been like...
But here's the thing. I think if you poll people,
they would have
it would have a very low rating.
That's true. That is very true. So... What would you say, and I think this is, I don't know whether this is going to be a question you can answer comfortably, but I'm going to answer it anyway.
Go for it.
So for me, and I'm not wanting to dive into specifics, but that it has been a big year of emotional upheaval, 2 years of emotional upheaval for me.
Oh, yes.
Going through all of the things behind the scenes, which I can't go into.
Yeah.
How is it for you as my partner to support me through that?
It's been difficult for me as well.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. But I've learned a lot in the process. And I've learned that I think the biggest thing in this whole thing is there was a lot of stuff that's just been outside of my control. So it's
Yeah, of course.
It's being comfortable in not being able to control the outcome, not being able to really have much of a voice at the table, other than just being your partner and being supportive.
But how have you, I guess I'm asking if you could express like some of the ways that you've had to step up to support me in those moments, like.
So well, without going into detail, there have been numerous times where there has been some very traumatic upheaval.
Yeah.
And for everyone involved in the situation, really. And so where one of the things I kind of learned to be supportive for you is to be steady in those moments.
Oh, you've been amazing. You have been amazing.
Well,
you've been so amazing.
Well, not to shamelessly plug, but it does feel like a bit of free fall in those moments. And so it's like when you're in that, you're looking for that kind of stable ground, and it's being comfortable in the
Well, because there've been days of crying and not being able to get out of bed sometimes, and you've been so steady with like cooking for me the most amazing meals.
I have.
You're a really, really good cook. It's
Thank you.
part of being Italian, I think.
Good and bad days. I do like to cook. Yes. It's part of my. I do have to say my family was very instrumental in teaching me how to be a good cook.
Yeah,
so.
because there's been some nurturing and healing that's happened through food, really, and like allowing myself to be nourished.
Yeah.
Because I think that there's a choice point, especially when any woman goes through a lot of upheaval in their lives, they kind of just prioritize everybody else. And what you've done is you've been so caring and loving, and just like we've had so much fun at the same time. There's been joy and grief that's coexisted.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I don't anticipate that that's going to be like long term.
No. Well, you're always going to have that. I mean, I actually remember around the time I started working with you, you even had a podcast that talked about the commingling of joy and grief. But
that's right, because I mean, there's been so many things that have happened, and I've been worried about, and all that kind of stuff, from Thomas's homelessness at one point to like seeing that kind of come full circle. And
he's doing great now. Yeah,
and it's been like as a parent, you never stop worrying about your kids, and there's been just so much going on behind the scenes that I can't talk about. It's really hard to have a podcast where you can't just kind of like blurt it all out and say, this has been horrific in so many different ways. But what I can say is that Jon has been by my side the whole time. And you're amazing.
You as well. You're amazing as well.
We're kind of in this together now.
Of course.
So
thick and thin.
Thick and thin. And you're getting me. You would love me to... You said yesterday that I'm part of the band now.
That's right. That's right.
I don't know whether that's going to be a reality.
Comment below at which instrument you think she'll be playing.
Probably the harpsichord. No.
Maybe.
No, I don't know.
I was just saying how incredible it has been to go through those seasons with you and navigate those together, and I was just saying, with anyone that has been through similar, there's always that opportunity to grow together, grow apart, and fortunately for us, we've
grown together.
Absolutely, and continue to do so. But so. What were you asking?
I was going to say, all right, but okay, hang on. Let me just gather my thoughts here. So I think that, we've talked about so many things here, from like how we've worked together to inspiration to songwriting process to recovery to our relationship. What are some of the musicians that have carried you through every season of your life?
Oh, yes.
I know you love talking about this.
I do. So I have really been inspired by a lot of different bands, musicians, artists over the years, but I think at the core of me, I really love a lot of the kind of around the 1960s Baroque style, where they blend kind of contemporary with classical, and like the more instruments the better, and things like that, and so I kind of grew up listening to the Beach Boys, the Beatles, Rolling Stones.
You love some Bowie.
David Bowie, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, what's great about David Bowie is he can go through any decade and he kind of completely changes it up, after every decade. Sometimes more so, and there's a number of artists that are like that too. But I really love Motown. Motown is fantastic.
You like some disco.
Do love the occasional disco. Absolutely.
Our road trip playlist is going to be amazing.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Absolutely. So, yeah. And then in more recent times, which I guess is still kind of a longer time ago, but I really liked the kind of the bands or artists that would have kind of complex, where you'd have different simple kind of riffs or songwriting styles that are simple overall, but are very kind of complex underneath. If you where you can listen to a song and you can hear, all these different things. And that's what really Spark in the Dark was. But for Freefall, it's actually more, I guess, nowadays, where you have, and not universal, but in terms of popular music nowadays, there's almost a simplicity and cleanness to it, where it's not too muddy, not too over arranged or things like that. And
what do you think about AI music?
So I think there's room for both. Actually, AI music, it's not something I would do at this time for me. But I've for example, your sister, she's done some amazing stuff.
She has, yeah.
Yeah, and so I think there's room for both. But I think as you go forward, you're going to find that it's just going to be the difference between digital music versus vinyl. And I guess
you're old school, man.
I'm vinyl.
You are old school. We watch DVDs.
That's right. It's because they got those great behind the scenes and commentaries.
Yeah, that's you, man. It's you. But
you
love record players and stuff like that. You
Absolutely.
love taking notes with a pencil and paper.
I do.
You are very old fashioned in so many different ways, and that's one of the reasons I love you.
Thank you.
One of many reasons.
Thank you. What's really ironic is day job, I'm computer science.
I know.
So it's like technology.
Yep.
It's a conundrum.
Good word choice.
Thank you.
You're fun to interview.
Oh, thank you. I'm having a ball.
Is this good for you?
Yeah. Is that going to air? It's an odd expression, having a ball, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It should. Never mind. I'm not going to go down that track. Should be plural. Don't answer that.
I'm almost certain this is not going to make the light of day, but
it will. It will. It will. So, are there any questions you want to ask me, since this is my show?
I do want to ask you some questions.
Okay.
So let's see. Foremost, what?
Oh, it's getting serious now.
It is getting serious. It is getting serious. What are you most excited about, either in your industry or a project that you want to work on next? That's really, without going into too much detail, what are you most excited about that's up and coming? Like
immediate up and coming, or longer term?
Both.
Wow.
Or your choice.
Oh, my dealer's choice.
Dealer's choice.
I think I'm most excited about getting more into the creative process. And I always have. So less teaching, more guiding, less noise and hustle, and more nervous system regulating creativity, if that makes sense.
Oh, it very much does.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably can't talk about this here, but I know that, some of the projects you've been doing have been embodying that. So, yeah.
And that's been really fun. So, like working on my next book or next books will be really good. And just taking it slowly and realizing that there's really no rush, that everything manifests in perfect divine timing.
Well, here's a follow-up.
Okay.
When are you gonna record a song with me? I'm sure all the listeners are eagerly awaiting.
I don't know. What do we? Well, I did agree that I would write the lyrics and you would do the song. So I will be like what's Elton John's writer person, Bernie Taupin?
Yeah.
I think yeah. I'll be your Bernie.
Okay. Does that doesn't mean I have to be Elton John, does it?
No, it doesn't.
I don't think I can pull off the
sunglasses.
The sunglasses, yeah.
No, not yet. This time.
Okay. But again, that was a great.
He's good too.
Yeah, very
He's great
good.
too.
Yeah. They did some great music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited for us and for our new adventures in Las Vegas and all of the things that we'll be doing.
Same.
And I'm excited for some warm weather.
Yes.
To get some sunshine.
Yeah, that's needed.
Yeah.
Some good vitamin D.
Yep. I'm excited for you to finally meet my parents.
Me
which
too.
Will be good because they love you.
Well,
oh my gosh. My mom and dad love Jon.
Feelings mutual.
So that'll be good. So there's lots of exciting things on the horizon. I think creatively. I think our household is going to be very creative.
Oh, yes.
I mean, with your music and my writing and things that are going on, it's going to be good.
Yeah.
But I think that, putting it out here to the listeners right now, life is short. Yeah. And I think we've seen that in so many different ways of people that pass away unexpectedly and they have all of these dreams that they never manifested and that never came to fruition because they weren't brave enough to step into what they wanted. And I think that, with your album, I think that's a perfect example of somebody that's had the courage and bravery to step out of their own limitations to create something magnificent.
You are too kind, madam.
I don't just say that to blow smoke up your ass. I'm just saying that
I'm aware.
I like it. I've listened to your music before.
Thank
you. And from I often would say to you, look, I'm not a music expert by any means, but I know what I like.
Yeah.
And especially growing up in the 90s with different bands and what are some bands?
Oh, we do have to mention Smashing Pumpkins.
The Smashing Pumpkins, because I did tell you sounded like Billy Corgan.
That's true.
Which you do, who is one of my favorite singers from the 90s. And then Teenage Fan Club, I think there's shades and elements of that.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that is a good place to wrap it up, don't you?
Yeah. Well,
unless you got any final words or parting thoughts. I'm sure you'll be back again.
Unless they don't like this, yeah, hopefully. We'll find out.
Who is that guy? What the heck was he talking about?
We'll find out. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
So there's nothing?
Oh, sorry. What was it? Final words? Words? Well, just I am very, very grateful for all the amazing things that you have done for myself and so many others. I've heard a lot of messages, and you're a great positive force in the world, and I love that. And so, to everyone that's listening, may you be blessed and have a wonderful day, week, year.
Doing whatever you're doing.
Doing whatever you're doing. And just keep the faith and keep moving forward.
We'd love to hear from you. If you would be so kind as to share this podcast, or you can send me a DM, or you can, subscribe. That would be good too.
Yeah, that'd be
and thank you so much for listening to today's episode of the Manifest Podcast. It has been a pleasure to be here. And thank you, Jon, for being my special guest today.
It was an honor to be your co-pilot on this.
We made it through. Can you believe it? We made it through without laughing or quitting or ending, but we actually did it. And I think this is much better than our imaginary podcasts that we sometimes do.
Oh yeah. So
This is
to
way
give
better.
before we go,
Yeah.
to give everyone just a little bit of backstory, we have had numerous occasions where Sarah's like, "Do you want to do a podcast with me today?" And I've just used the fake voice. We've gotten like 30 seconds. So
Yeah,
it is.
I'm
It has
very
been.
proud of us. We did 50 minutes.
It's been a treat. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Lots of love, everyone. And until next time, happy manifesting.